Hey guys, it's Sarah. So, just making my second video. Um, just I think my last video is a little misleading because I didn't cuss at all, but I cuss a lot, and I'll be cussing in my videos. So if you don't like that, you should watch somebody else. So anyway, yeah, my last video, well, last. Um, I had purple, but it was a wig, and these are extensions. Like this is my real hair, and these are extensions that my friend Nayeli did for me. And I also have been wearing my Pokemon trainer hat that I have for my cosplay, and this is the Pokemon trainer hat from Pokemon Black and White, and the female trainer, she wears this hat. And I just kind of bought this random hat offline and then had my friend draw the symbol, so it's kind of, yeah. This is my first rant, and it's going to be about driving. I've had my license for 3 years in March, and I have very, very serious road rage. Not like I'll get out of my car and kill you, but I'll scream horrible, horrible cuss words and obscenities at you if you cut me off, or you're going like 35 and a 65 and I'm behind you. I've never like caused an accident, but I've been like rear-ended a couple of times, and this one time recently, actually, like about 2 weeks ago now, I was driving and I was stopped completely at a red light, and I was waiting to turn left to go home, and then this car starts to pull up behind me, and then all of a sudden I noticed that his lights are missing, and I was like, did his lights just turn off? No, my whole entire fucking car shakes, and I'm like, motherfucker just hit me. And I put my car in park, and I throw my hazard lights on, and I get out of the car, and I look at my car, and there's no damage to the bumper, and everything's fine. But the guy is just looking at me and just staring like this, just looking at me. And I was like, get the fuck out of your car, what are you doing? He finally gets out of his car, and he looks at me, this albino, translucently pale white girl, and he goes, Espanol? And I'm like, no, English. And normally, I'm not that rude. I have nothing against other cultures, races, anything, but if you're going to live in my country and drive in my country and hit my car, please at least speak my language. So anyway, he proceeds to say, por favor, no tango insurance, and I'm just like, I just like look at my car, and I look back at him, and I look at my car again, and I look back at him again. He's just like, por favor, no problemo. So finally, I just like, whatever, there's no damage. He probably doesn't even have a driver's license. He's probably not legal. You know, this is not worth getting into. So I stopped for a second, and I was about to like turn back to my car, but then I just looked at him and I was like, si español, and I was just like, picho tu madre, which means fuck your mother. I think I said that right. I hope I did. And then he just went and like got back in the car, and then I got back off and took off. And then the next day, my hair's being weird. The next day, like literally like the night, God, like the night after that, I was in a different intersection to turn another way to go home, and I was parked, I was not parked, but I was stopped because other cars were going the way that I wanted to go, and had my music on pause on my iPod, and I was just changing songs, and this guy, like, comes up to my passenger side and just goes, like, with his hands, and just, like, slides his hands down, and he's like, why are all the cars going the wrong way? And I'm like, oh no, this guy is crazy. And his friends were like, oh, sorry, he's drunk, and, like, they pulled him off my car, and, like, he stumbled off, like, down the street, and I was just like, guy's really drunk. But, like, yeah, I mean, in general, it's just that people think they're the only car on the road, and they're fucking not. They are not the only car on the road. You need to just give leeway to other people, and, you know, not to mention, like, turning, for some reason, for some people, especially in the Bay Area, I don't know where you guys live or how bad driving is there, but people in the Bay Area are horrified of turning. It's like turning is like the scariest thing next to spiders. Fucking hate spiders. But they're so afraid. They just like sit there behind their car, like both hands, like knuckles, like bearing, and they're just like, can I turn? Can I turn? Yeah, is it okay? And then they just inch forward and just, oh, okay, I'm turning now. It's just like 5 minutes of them turning. I'm like, there's no cars coming that direction or the other direction. Turn your fucking car. It is not complicated. It's not that scary. Come on now. Or like bitches texting. Last Saturday, I was going to the mall to meet up with my mom and my cousin and my sister, and this fucking bitch behind me, I stopped, and she was texting on her little phone, and she rear ends me. And there was this time, like, her car was higher than mine, and so her tires hit my bumper, and the bottom of her grill scraped my bumper. And my car's by the way, it's a 1985 Nissan Maxima, so it's not the prettiest of cars, but she still scraped it. And so, basically, like, she gets out of the car, and she's in hysterics. Like, she's sobbing so hard, I can't understand what she's saying. So first of all, I thought maybe she hurt herself. And I was like, are you injured? And she just shook her head no, and she's like, like, she's just sobbing. So she basically just tells me that she got her license, like, on Friday, and that she's 16, and she was texting, and she felt really bad. And we changed insurances and stuff, and I'm, like, not gonna get anything out of it, and didn't really plan to, but yeah, I felt bad, but people just don't pay attention anymore. They just think that they're the only ones driving, that everyone's gonna give them the right of way, and that's just not how it works. Like, maybe I'm an offensive driver, but I yet to have been in an accident. Hopefully I never will. But yeah. And also, like, what's with the bitches doing their fucking makeup in the mirrors? Really, you didn't have time before you got in your car to do your makeup. You have to do that while you're driving, while you're in the middle of an intersection. What? Why? Maybe it's just the Bay Area, but I don't know. Like, 8 years ago now, I went to Malaysia, and everyone talks about how Asian drivers are always really bad, and it's this horrible stereotype and everything, but no, it's bad. Because, literally, we were driving around there, and there was a family of 5. Ow, my foot's cramping. There was a family of 5 on a moped. Like, the baby was, like, strapped to the front of the moped, and we're just like, oh. And then the traffic got so bad that this family who had, like, 10 people in, like, this minivan, and they all got out of their minivan and went into their apartment across the street and just started watching TV. And then another time, we were in a taxi cab, like, I guess the taxi driver bumped the guy's car, and the guy got really mad, and he gets out a baseball bat and just starts bashing the guy's window in, and I'm like, oh. And just like, you wonder why they have that stereotype. No, there's a reason for it. I'm gonna be that asshole and say that there's a reason for it because there is. But yeah, so this video is now like 8 minutes long about driving. That's my first rant, and I'm a very aggressive driver, and if you're also in the Bay Area and you know what San Francisco is, and like the hills and stuff there, I fucking hate San Francisco and the drivers there. And I can't drive in San Francisco. Like, I make my fiance drive for me because we have to go there. Because I probably hurt somebody. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Well, thank you all for watching, and sorry, there's no Nala this time. I took her over to my fiance's parents' house for dinner to meet, so they could meet her because they hadn't met her yet. And she's kind of freaked out, so I'm letting her just relax instead of like holding her against her will. So she's over there sleeping. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this rant and expect more, and thank you for watching. Bye.